Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click the bell icon at the top of the page to get notified when I post a new video. Please give this video a thumbs up to help the channel grow. Universal Channeling. Channeling the conscious universe for the new world consciousness. October 22, 2023. Welcome, dear readers. Do not doubt that all is proceeding according to plan, in spite of present world appearances. The increase of high resonating light flowing to Earth, as well as being manifest through the presence of increasingly more evolved states of consciousness, is causing a great deal of ancient, but active karmic energy to surface and manifest, allowing it to be recognized as obsolete and no longer valid in an evolving world. A great deal of world energy is focused on fear. Do not immerse yourself in the flood of negative news, ads, predictions, theories, and gossip, presently bombarding you 24/7, regarding things you must fear that range from issues of daily living to those that are intense and complicated. News that is presented simply as information carries a different energy from when it is used as a tool to induce fear. Many of those who work in this industry are not intentionally hoping to cause fear and are unaware of how they are being taught to give information. This is why you must learn to read between the lines, and trust your intuition. Fear, promoted as being for your own good, is often a tactic used to keep the majority unaware of personal power, and continuing to live in fear, anxiety, and worry, which in turn serves to create, maintain, and sustain manifestations of separation. There is an element that thrives on low resonating energy, and does not want it to disappear. The idea of the majority awakening to oneness and empowerment is extremely frightening to those who see spiritual evolution as a threat to their survival, which it is. They will take actions, create scenarios, and promote fear, in whatever forms they believe will keep the majority hypnotized and thus providing them with power. Know that the high resonating frequencies of a state of consciousness imbued with the realization of oneness is automatic protection against lower resonating energies that are unable to align with it. Be aware of low resonating issues, and their frightening appearances, but do not invite them to become your state of consciousness. Learn to be in the world but not of it. The one divine consciousness/God, individualized as infinite form and variety, is an absolute truth. However, as we have said many times, absolute truth does not/cannot manifest from intellectual knowledge alone. It is just the first step. Truth must become an attained state of consciousness before it can manifest outwardly, because consciousness is the creative substance of all form, which is why every person is either consciously or unconsciously creating their own world in every moment. Do not let this discourage you. As you know about, accept, practice, and hold truth in your heart, even in the midst of problems, it gradually becomes your state of consciousness. It is like learning to drive, where you must first learn about, study, and practice all the bells and whistles involved in driving intellectual knowledge, but with practice, driving soon becomes so automatic that you don't even think about it. State of consciousness. This is the journey, this is how evolution works. It is every soul's gradual awakening to the realization that they are not the limited physical bodies they seem to be, but are in reality, bodies of individualized God light, appearing to be material in third-dimensional energy. Being in, and of, the only substance that exists, divine consciousness/God/source, automatically makes every person infinite, birthless, and deathless, not the human concept of them, but the reality. Free will allows every individual to choose what they accept as truth. Those who choose to fill their consciousness with beliefs of duality, separation, and two powers, should not then blame others for the creations they are choosing to create. Only the strongest and most evolved states of consciousness were chosen to come and assist with Earth's ascension process, because they would be able to hold light in the face the negative appearances they knew would unfold. If you are drawn to these messages, then you are of this group, and are doing the work, even when engaged in seemingly ordinary activities of daily life, because your consciousness goes with you wherever you go. You came to be the light that is always, not sometimes, the only real power. Because one with God is a majority. Many find yourselves anxious, worried, and confused in spite of being spiritually evolved. Most human minds are still somewhat conditioned to these emotions as the result of programming from hundreds of lifetimes lived in three-dimensional consciousness. You are presently clearing this old programming, but as you move into a new state of awareness, the mind, an avenue of awareness, becomes confused. Human minds are programmed by the past, continue to draw from the collective, and attempt to hold you in what is already known, by offering an infinite variety of reasons as to why this, or that, is right, or better than something new. Honor your mind, and never discount it, for it is attempting to serve with what it knows, but do not allow it to be power over you. Talk to your mind when it jumps in with excuses and reasons as to why you should, or should not, do something that you recognize as being old energy. Explain, everything is fine. We are doing things differently, and in new ways now. Tell your mind to relax, that all is well, and that you understand the concern. Talking to one's mind may seem silly to some, but it is a good way to move beyond the programming that continues to hold even those spiritually evolved, locked into patterns of old energy. Some of you are beyond needing this exercise, but some are not. Evolution is inevitable, and until a person ready for their next step, stops resisting, and surrenders to it, things can be difficult, and wake-up calls may begin. Ask yourself, do I really believe that God is the only power/reality/cause and effect? If so, then why do I continue to immerse myself in so many three-dimensional concepts of power? Once eyes have opened to truth, they can never shut again, although many have tried, in the belief that life was much easier and better, before spiritually awakening. Which it often seemed to be. The process of learning, and evolving into a consciousness of one's real self, as being an individualization of Source, God, divine consciousness is, and has been, the underlying purpose of each and every lifetime. Do not try to figure everything out with the human mind, because it is impossible. Finite minds are simply incapable of comprehending the infinite, but know that as you evolve, you will be taught from within, and the deeper truths you seek will be revealed, as you are ready. God revealing itself to itself. Go within, often, and allow yourself to simply be. Not reaching out there, to draw some concept of God to you through the right prayers, rites, and rituals, attending more classes, holding certain crystals, learning more truth, or begging, and pleading. At some point, every person must accept that their real self is already closer than breathing, always has been, and always will be, because it is who you are now, not tomorrow, not after the event, or not after you become more spiritual, or know more truth, now. We are the Arcturian group. The 22nd of October 2023.